Hey, what's up everyone? We're in our deload week now, so we're going to go over our first deload workout. This is going to be our first set of corrective exercises. So we're going to go through it. I'm going to demonstrate the exercises. So what we're going to want to do is go 30 seconds on and then give yourself about 10 to 15 seconds of rest. It's just transition in between. We have 5 exercises. I'm going to show you kind of some different options for a couple of them. And other than that, we'll go ahead and get started. So first one we're going to do is called a prone Cobra. This is going to be great for kind of your upper back and that posture. So what we're going to do is lay down on our mat. We're going to get our hands at our side with our palms facing up. And we want to keep a nice neutral spine on this one. So kind of think of making that double chin and looking at the ground. Our legs and butt should be relaxed and our feet nice and flat. And then from here, we're just going to squeeze those shoulder blades together to bring our arms up off the ground. I want to keep the shoulders nice and relaxed. You don't want to have those shoulders scrunching up, so keep everything nice and relaxed. Eyes on the ground. And we're just going to squeeze those shoulder blades together and hold it for about 30 seconds. So that's our first corrective exercise. Second one we've done a ton, and this is going to be our lying hip extension. So we're going to get those feet about hip width apart, heels dug into the ground, and curl those toes up towards your knees, hands flat on the ground, and from here we're just going to drive the hips up as high as we can, squeezing that butt super tight. Just big breaths in and out. Remember, we don't want to arch that lower back. We just want to drive the hips up as high as they'll go and squeeze that butt super tight. So nice straight line from our knees all the way through our shoulders. And we would hold that for 30 seconds as well. The next one we're going to go through is called a bent over T-raise. So on this one, we're going to get our feet about hip width apart, start with a little bend in the knees, and then we're going to drive, I'll turn sideways, we're going to drive our hips back so we are close to parallel with our chest and back. And from here we're going to let the arms hang down and point our palms forward. Okay? I'll turn back this way. Palms facing forward, and we're going to lead with the thumbs and bring those up as high as we can. We're going to squeeze for a good 1 or 2 1,000 count and bring it back down. So again, keeping those shoulders nice and relaxed and bring it back down. So we'll go 30 seconds here, just as many reps as you can get, about 15 or so. Another option for that, if you do have a band, is we'll go ahead and get some band pull-aparts, but we're going to do these with our palms facing up. So we're going to get those arms straight out in front with our elbows locked out in front of us. And remember, we're going for range of motion here. We're not looking for, a lot of strength. So we don't have to use a huge band. An orange one should be fine. So chest up, nice and tall, good posture. And we're just going to spread that band as far apart as we can. You can go ahead and grab both strands if you want. It might be a little bit more comfortable. But we're just spreading that band as far apart as we can, keeping those arms at shoulder height. We don't want to have them coming down, so just keeping it right up at shoulder height, really squeezing that upper back as we go through that. All right, so our fourth exercise is going to be what's called a quad walk. Some of you guys have this as your corrective exercise already, but for this one, basically what we're going to do is every step we take, we're going to get a quad stretch. So I would take one step, pull up the top of my foot, bring that heel into the butt, hold it for 1/1000, bring it back down. Take another step, and just continue going through that for 30 seconds. So if you want to go to a certain point and then come back, that's totally fine. If you can't get that, if it's a little too hard, you can't grab your foot every single time. What you can do, you can use anything. You can use a band, you can use a strap. You can have somebody help you kind of grab the back of your shoe or the back of your foot, but we just want to get a good stretch in that quad, and you can hold it for about 30 seconds instead. and just switch legs, you know, each round. All right? And then our last exercise that we're going to do is the dynamic hamstring stretch. So for this one, we're going to lay it back down, and we're going to get both legs nice and flat on the ground, and we're going to take one leg and we're going to raise it up as high as we can, keeping that knee straight. Okay? So we're going to grab the back of the leg, and then from here, we're going to again try to touch the toes to the knees. Okay? And then the stretch is just going to be bending at that knee and then driving that heel back into the air. So every time you come down, it's relaxing, and every time we bring it back up, you're going to really stretch out that hamstring and even feel it through your calves a little bit. And on this one, we would go 30 seconds on one side and then 30 seconds on the other. Now, if you can't bring it up this high, maybe this is where you're going to be, okay? So you might just be here, and that's going to stretch your hamstring because you're a little more tight, and that's totally fine. Maybe you can't reach your leg. Use a towel, use a band. You can just wrap it around the back and go through that same thing, getting that good hamstring stretch every single time we straighten that leg. All right, so that's what we're going to do. We have basically 4 exercises, but since we're going to do each side separately on those hamstrings, we're going to get 5 sets, 30 seconds of work, 10 to 15 seconds of rest just to transition through, and you'll go through that anywhere from 2 to 3 rounds. All right? Look down below for the exercise descriptions and kind of everything that I talked about right here, just some key points, and let's get better. Keep making changes.